Free Japan Channel FJC number 9. Today, October 15th, 2023. Time is 6 p.m. here in Yokohama. Hello everyone, my name is Matsumoto. Matsumoto speaking. 6 p.m. So, at the threshold of the night, autumn night, today the sky is very serene. So, we can expect that the night sky will also be very beautiful tonight. Free Japan Channel's today's topic is History. Manchurian Incident, 1931, September. It was a literary invasion of the Japanese army to Manchuria. Have you ever heard of this name, Manchurian Incident? Incident sounds very neutral in English, but this is only a name, and in reality, it was war between Japan and the local Chinese army. At that time, 1930s, Japanese army was very strong, so Japan could seize the territory of Manchuria, and 6 months later, in March 1932, Japan even established Manchurian state there, inviting the last emperor of the Qin dynasty. And what is the process of Manchurian Incident? Why did Japanese army went to Manchuria? After the Japan-Russo War, 1905, Japan obtained the right to operate the railroad, South Manchurian Railroad. This railroad was built by Russia, but as a reparation of the war, Japan-Russo War, this railroad was conceded to Japan, and Japanese army went there to protect the property and the property of the South Manchurian Railroad, as well as to fight with some groups which tried to obstruct the operation of this railroad. At that time, there were so many anti-Japan groups in China, especially northeastern China. So Japanese army had to go there to protect the operation of the South Manchurian Railroad. But this railroad was not simply a railroad, but the operation of this business included the management of hotel, city planning, and operation of various infrastructure, building of various infrastructure. So, South Manchurian Railroad Company was, in a sense, a local authority in Manchuria, not simple railroad company, but a kind of municipality. And Japanese army sent troops to Manchuria to protect this railroad, as I said before. And Colonel Itagaki, Seshiro Itagaki, and Lieutenant Colonel Ishiwara, Kanji Ishiwara, these two leaders of Japanese army at that time plotted the conspiracy to fight with Chinese people or Chinese local leaders, and they were very confident of their force, military force. So they were sure that if battle happens, Japan would outweigh the Chinese leaders, local leaders. So they brought about the Manchurian Incident. It was the explosion near the South Manchurian Railroad, and Japanese army declared that it was the fault of Chinese. So they had the justification to attack the Chinese leaders. Later, this explosion was schemed by the Japanese army itself, but at that time it was the excuse of Japanese army, and Japanese army was so strong at that time, while Chinese local leaders' army was so unreliable that Japanese army proceeded triumphantly, and the whole territory of Manchuria was seized by Japanese army. So the plan of Itagaki and Ishiwara succeeded in the long run. But this action of Japanese military was nothing other than military invasion. And Japan was criticized by international arena, internationally other countries. But Japanese government finally supported this action of Japanese army. So Japan approved of Manchurian state in 1932. And this action was the cause of Pacific War, which happened later, Pacific War of 1940s. Now, Manchurian Incident that I'm talking about broke out 1931, as I said, but this was a preparatory stage of Pacific War, so to speak. And now, if Japanese people now delve into the cause of Pacific War, then the beginning was not Pearl Harbor, nor the conflict with Chiang Kai-shek. Rather, the true beginning of Pacific War was this Manchurian incident. So this incident, but practically it was war. This war was very important in the historical sense. Why did Japanese government embarked on such reckless war with the United States? The real cause lay in the Manchurian Incident, 1931. Thank you.